सर्वमंगले मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वदा साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमस्तुते. A very warm welcome to one and all present over here today. Okay, I will call for the invocation before we start the program. Swati ma'am.
Ya kuntendu tusharaharadhavala ya shubhrabhastavrita ya veena varadanda vanditakara ya shveta padmasana ya brahma च्युता शंकर प्रभुतिभिः देवैः सदा पूजिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्.
It's a great honor to be introducing a person with magnanimous vision engraved with music in his actions. Suresh Subramanian, who you know as a resource person for the Indian Ethos course, the heart and soul of the course that has been successfully running consequently for the 4th year. CA by profession for 4 decades, happiness coach by passion, and an ardent musician who trains music activities under the banner Shuktaswara, under the mentorship of Swami Advayananda ji. Our main speaker for today, Suresh sir, has founded a university, Chinmaya Vishwavidyapita, on Indian knowledge traditions and their modern day applications. He also founded and heads PNS Foundation, a not-for-profit engaged in supporting school education and music education for deserving but financially deprived students, as also on supporting healthcare. A warm welcome, sir. Sir, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Hari Om and good evening to all of you. You know the best part I like? Seeing these naughty boys and one girl. Is really happy to see all of you today evening, and I am sure as we move on in the evening, the numbers will swell and these seats will get filled up. To all those who have come from Chinmaya Mission, Hari Om and a hearty welcome to all of you, because you are seeing me probably for the first time. They all know me, and I think you are a parent of the, he's your parent, is it? Welcome, sir. I go back in time to probably about 7-8 years ago, or a little earlier than that, when an astrologer told me that you will use your tongue. You will use your tongue and you will be well known because of your tongue. And I remembered what I used to be as a child. My mother used to tell me that I would lie down on the lap of my grandmother and keep on yakking non-stop. And my grandfather used to say, when is this boy going to shut up so that we can sleep? I did not understand the import of what that guy said at that time. But I started singing for my own joy on stage shows a few years after that. It went on to, sort of helping other people who were wanting to sing. Then sometime during COVID, it so happened that Shanti man told me that we will need a course on IKS. And so we started off a short-term course on IKS for undergrad students online during COVID, correct? Now before that, why that happened? Before that, I used to be a spiritual blogger. I used to write every day for years together. And sometime just before COVID, I wanted to publish that as a hardbound book of various writings which I had been doing for 6-7 years. Unfortunately, COVID happened, so that came out as an e-version. And to sort of complement that, I started doing Walk the Talk series from those writings. And that happened for a little while during COVID, and then this course started. And when this course started, I realized that I could speak or blabber on Indian knowledge too. And as it went on, many people whom I knew connected with me for probably helping them with some sort of guidance on whatever were their situations in life. And this story sort of unfolded itself, if I would say so. So first and foremost, for me to be here and talking to you, it is thanks to Shanti ma'am first. Because that I could come and speak to you on IKS was something known to me only when I started that course. And today, we are in the 4th year of that course, and that course, which was online at that time as a short-term 10-hour course, has now become a mega course with 2 credits. We got 20 hours of contact. Those boys and that girl, 2 girls who are seeing, they are all part of that.
The alumni of the course.
One of them is an alumni of the course, right? Who came just now. So, that's how this has unfolded itself. Now, this sort of motivated, and this 4th version is going on now. This sort of motivated me to now come up with this talk called The Inner Voice. What is the inner voice? For example, when I said I started off talking, I started off singing, etc. It's not possible unless there is an inner voice within you which says that there is something that you have to share with somebody. So that inner voice is what told me that I can do this. That inner voice told her that she can call me. So that's how this has evolved over time. This inner voice is there with all of us. Somewhere across the line, somewhere down the line, somewhere in life, something or the other inspires us to do something. It could be something somebody told us, which set us thinking, and which made us realize. And as Gurudev says, it's a voice of conscience. The voice of our own conscience is what inspires us to do something good for others. That's how this sort of evolves, as I say. And a small memory I want to share. It was in 2013 that I was in a music workshop at Chinmaya Mission in Kolwani, a little bit before Pune. For a week or so, I have a very good friend of mine there, and I was talking to her, and I said, "यार बहुत हो गया CA का काम, कुछ और करना है." And it so happened that after I came back from that camp, I met my uncle, and I told him, "बहुत हो गया, अभी कुछ और करना है." He said, "Listen to your inner voice. At the time when it has to happen, that voice will guide you to do something, and that voice will show you what the path is." More or less, almost on a cue, in 2014, that same music school there in Chinmaya Mission at Pune, that we wanted to make it into a college, and I got busy making it into a college, connected with Guruji. Guruji means Swami Advayananda, and that went on to take the vision of a university, and I got connected with Swami Advayananda. And Swami Advayananda and I, we were there together for 4 years in setting up that university, like, two brothers shoulder to shoulder. That's how it was. And those occasions, those interactions are what gave rise to the kind of talks that I am now giving. Just I think a few weeks ago, I spoke on Who is a Guru, which went online on our YouTube channel just yesterday. So this platform in Shuktaswara, we are actually doing music, training music, helping people in understanding certain qualities about life. Most of us know. There is nobody who needs to tell us. But mostly what is happening is that we are not allowing that voice to come up. We are not allowing that voice to come up and say, yes, this is what you can do or this is what you should do. And so this is what we've been doing in Shuktaswara, and hopefully successfully, because it has definitely benefited people. That's why many of you are here too. So Shubdaswara, as Shruti said, is a platform where, other than this music and the talks that we are doing, we also do some philanthropic work. We support students for education. We support healthcare. So this is basically a platform for the benefit of others. That's what we're doing. So today, for the talk, I have chosen two topics. Swamiji asked me, Sureshji, what is it that you want me to talk about? I mentioned about an uncle of mine, who's no more, of course. A few years ago, he passed away. It was his idea which prompted me to choose these two topics, which were very close to me. He was a great spiritualist. In day-to-day living, spirituality is all about, bringing it into day-to-day life. And two topics very close to him were music and the spirituality in music, which is what I am going to be talking on. And the other one was, he was a great follower. As you entered, you must have seen the photo of Mahabharivan, Kanchi Paramacharya. He was a great follower of Paramacharya, and he used to follow Devatin Gural, which is a treatise on whatever Paramacharya has spoken and taught over his life. So Swamiji is going to be talking on life perspectives from Devatin Gural. That is what is going to be happening. So we will just set off our evening going with a little understanding about music and what it is to do with spirituality. So this is it. Music in spirituality or music and spirituality. Are they two separate things? Or spirituality in music? Call it whatever way you like. It is Mile Sur, Mera Tumhara. Because when your sur and my sur, they meet, this is what happens. So this is the topic that and it is an interactive session. Interactive session means what? I will goad you to talk. I will want you to talk. So I'm giving the mic to Shruti only for any of you who wants to say anything. Just pick up the mic and you can interject anytime. There is absolutely no problem. We will make it as a conversation. If I keep talking, you keep listening, you will wonder when he is going to stop. When you talk, I will enjoy you. Right? What was your first experience with music?
First time I sang while bathing. That's the first interaction with music.
About how many years ago?
Maybe around 25-30 years ago.
Yes, see, wonderful.
So that was the first experience. Of course, before that we used to enjoy music, we used to go to concerts,
Right.
we used to see movies, we used to go for kacheris. So at that time, we used to attend kacheris,
Concerts.
But at that time, we were not sure as to what exactly music was. We used to enjoy that melody. Whatever used to come, we used to enjoy, "Arey गाना बहुत अच्छा था, ये कचेरी बहुत अच्छा है." But exactly music क्या है किसी को पता नहीं.
Okay. So you answered the question a little differently. You said when you sang. My question to you is, when did music enter your life? Your first experience with music. My first stage show was long, long ago. You know when?
Started crying.
Has anybody not done this show? Is there anybody who's not done this show? Our first stage show started when we were born. We started crying. And in Carnatic music, a crying song is in a rag called Mugari. So our Mugari and our grandmothers used to say, Mugari pada de, Mugari pada de. Correct? Because we used to cry. That is our first tryst with music when we came into this world. Does it look like me? So, music came into our life when we were born. Isn't it? Now, did it enter here? No. Let's go forward a little. Music is integral to life. Right from birth. Then after that what happened? Mummy, hariraro, 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 hariraro. Happened. All of us. Sometimes mummy did not know to sing. Then daddy took a guitar and he started singing. Hum tum ek kamre mein band ho. And then you used to sleep. So this is our tryst with music right from the time. Any of you kids, have you got this experience? You remember? अभी भी हुआ है ना? अभी भी याद है? मम्मी को कभी बोला है क्या अभी सुनाओ करके? So this happened with our son. There is a beautiful song from a Hindi movie called Sadma, which came as Mundaram Pirai earlier. A beautiful song of Yeshudas, filmed on Kamala Sen. Kanne kalimane kannimayilena kande nunnai nane andi pagal unnai naan paarkireen ஆண்டவனை இதைத்தான் கேட்கிறேன் ராரிராரோ ஓராரிரோ. Corrected. Now this, what used to happen was, I used to put him to sleep with this, and then whenever he will be like, a little restless at night, he say, Daddy, kanne padu. This happens with children, isn't it? Yes. So like this, you must be remembering when your mom or dad sang a lullaby for you, you will remember that. अरे डैड को बोला अभी तो नहीं गाते ना, अभी तो बड़ा हो गया. डैड बोलते कभी तू बंद करेगा, है कि नहीं? Now, so we were the audience in a lullaby. We were not singing. We were the audience in a lullaby. Correct? But even before we were born, we say after 24 weeks, the fetus is developed enough to start getting thoughts. So that happened. Mummy used to listen to good music, not heavy metal. When mummy is listening to heavy metal, somebody will say, no, listen to some soothing music, because it will have an impact on the child. So we got our first introduction into music when we were in the womb of our mother and we started getting thoughts. But, so child lives off the mother. Fetus lives off the mother. Whatever food she eats, whatever thoughts she thinks, whatever she listens to as a speech from somebody, all that is what the child feeds on. So, and if we, as I say, we got music when we were in the womb of the mother, we are not Mozarts. Does anybody know who's Mozart? याद है तुम लोगों को बोला था. Who's Mozart? Wolfgang Mozart was a musician and a composer. At the age of 5, he composed his first music composition. He made his first music composition. At the age of 8, he did his first symphony. A symphony is when you have multiple musicians and you are the conductor of all those musicians. You know, the music directors bolte na? That is a conductor, and many of my students will know that, music students will know that, because I keep doing that to them in every class. Correct? So he did that at the age of 8. How is it possible? How is it that a boy of 5 could become a composer at 5, who could make a symphony at the age of 8? Unless there is something called Purva Janma Vasana. What is Purva Janma Vasana? Can anybody tell me?
Imprints of your past life.
Right? Why are they imprinted in you and not in her?
Vasanas are inherent tendencies that will be different in each individual.
Right.
So her vasanas will not be the same.
Correct. I like a rose, you like a jasmine. So when I go away, I will think of a rose, or I will think of a girl. And then I will go next time when I will come into that surrounding where that girl or some other girl, not the same girl, some other girl I will get. So this is what it is. So whatever it is that in Bhagavatam, there is one story about Ajamila. They said Ajamila, when he died, he was a non-believer. But he had all his attachment to his wealth. When he was just about to conk off, he said Narayana, he called out his son. Probably he had some hidden treasure and then he wanted to tell Narayana that my treasure is hidden there, now I will no longer be there. But he called Narayana and he went. And they say that because he went, he got moksha. Because there was nothing else left in his mind except Narayana. So this is how it is, no? So what is remaining with you before you come where you come is what you will come to fulfill. You are all here. Because some of you have come to listen to Swamiji, some of you have come to listen to me, some of you are students here, you said it's a part of the course. So you just come here for doing something. So whatever is there is what will make you come here. Now, you could also be a critic. Music can also inspire naming decisions. Shruti, did you ask your parents why they named you Shruti?
Yes.
Did they tell you anything to do with music or?
It was my brother's choice.
Wonderful. Wonderful. This happened with us also. Just to share our examples also. Our son's name is Rishabh. Now, Rishabh is not a South Indian name. Rishabh is not even a Maharashtrian name. We are all born and brought up in Maharashtra. Rishabh is a Jain name. It was the first Kirtankara of Jains. Now, why would I name our son Rishabh? When I suggested this name, Rajni's grandmother said, what kind of a name is this? I remember that. Because R, note, Sa, note, the first two notes of music. Ri, Sa. That is what inspired me to name him Rishabh. So, Shruti, very common. Anything else that comes to your mind? Something which is related to music as a name?
Sangeet.
Sangeeta. She's Sangeeta. Right? So, music inspires naming also. And why are rhymes and prayers musical? For example, we all have learnt one poem in learnt one poem when we were in school. What is this? You know, there was a boy called Jack and a girl called Jill, and you know what, they went up the hill and then they wanted to bring one pail of water, and what happened was, Jack, he fell down, no, and he broke his crown, and he came tumbling, along with him Jill also came tumbling. Now if I tell you like this, you will say, what is this guy doing? Now if I start saying, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water, Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. And the after is what the children are waiting to listen. Because there is a rhyme and there is a meter and a melody to that, you will remember it like this. Prayer. She just now did the prayer. There was a melody to it. You know the prayer, some of you know the same prayer in a different melody. So you remember the melody with the prayer, you are able to relate. So melody adds meaning to even that which we are doing. So music is so important even in spirituality. Now, even, you know who's Subbudu? Anybody knows who's Subbudu?
He was a critic, dance music.
Yeah. Subbudu was you know Ramki? Subbudu was a music critic in Tamil Nadu. In Madras mostly, Chennai. He had no work. Early days he had no work. So he used to actually criticize people. So Kalki, a magazine there, they called him to make him a music critic. So he took that as a vocation. He took himself so seriously that some of his criticisms were actually, what can I say, slanderous. So in Music Academy they put a board. Dogs and Subbudu not welcome. So even for music critics, music is necessary. Criticism of course is necessary, but criticism cannot go to your head. In film music also, when you look at it, music gives us wings. If I were to just tell you music gives us wings, what song comes to your mind? Music gives us wings. It's a Hindi song. What comes to your mind? Because when you sing, what happens is it connects you with the innermost in you and to your happiness. संगीत मन को पंख लगाए, गीतों से रिमझिम रस बरसाए, स्वर की साधना परमेश्वर की सुरना सजे, क्या गाऊं मैं. So Sangeet connects you directly to Parameshwara. This is what happens. Now, what is your spirituality? Please come. Is religion and spirituality the same? Students, I have told you, is religion and spirituality the same? Anybody has an answer? Religion comes from the word, Latin word, religare. Correct? That which takes you to yourself. But spirituality goes a little beyond. Because religion, the way we understand religion in the world, is all about beliefs, practices, things that we do, the way we do, why we do, that we know of. Correct? We practice certain things in a particular way, we do certain things, we don't do certain things, sometimes because of the need of the hour, sometimes because of the place in which we are, sometimes because of the way we are, the kind of people we are. It's only practices. Why those practices are needed? Because you want to idolize a name, a form, whom you are worshipping. Spirituality is what we are. Spirituality is an understanding of what we are. Swamiji will speak about it in Advaitic terms. Basically, what I said, I told a little earlier also, if you remember. Advaita is, there is only one. God and me are the same. Dvaita means, there is God and there is me. So, when you understand that, spirituality is about understanding who I am, my innermost. And once I understand that, there is no distinction, there is no division. So when I look at music, music is for my innermost happiness. So in what way is spirituality different? It's for my innermost happiness. So we are all now in Ganesh Chaturthi. We call him, what we call him? We call him Vigna Nashana. Vigna, obstacles. Nashana, removal. That's what we call him, Vigna Nashana. So the first thing that we do for doing Vigna Nashana ourselves is that we must have belief in ourselves. Self-belief is the first quality for us to overcome our own obstacles, our own limitations. Self-belief. Are you ready to climb the obstacles and win? Are you having that inner urge? Are you having that faith in yourself, the self-belief in yourself, that whatever may be the obstacles, you will overcome them and you will win them? This is all spiritual. And of course, there is a beautiful definition of that in alphabetical order, which was given by Swami Chinmayananda. But then I'm not going into that. I'm just basically giving you some ideas. Objective. Are we in a position to be objective when we meet obstacles? We always relate obstacles to us. The moment an obstacle comes, why me? Kali Billi. What will you do? Kali Billi? I was asking this question to them. If you see a black cat cross the road, what will you do? Car mein ja rahe hain, Kali Billi. Stop, take U-turn and go back. Yeah? Yes? Why? What did we say? What did we say? वो जा रही है, मैं भी जाएगा. वो अपना काम से जा रही है, मुझे तो क्रॉस नहीं किया. We identify that Kali Billi with bad luck to me. Pavam Kali Billi. It went. Luckily, our daughter has got 2 cats, son has got 1 cat, none of them are black. So, and are you sensitive? Sensitive in the sense, whatever we are doing, we have to be sensitized towards what others are going to believe, what others are going to perceive. Will it be hurtful to others? These are things which we have to be sensitive about. Are we tough? Are we tough to face any challenge? So, what is it? Saying about some tough things? Is there something we normally say about tough people?
Tough times don't last, tough people do.
Right? Tough times don't last. Tough people last. So, are you tough? And are you enthusiastic? Like, for example, why is it that I chose to do this talk today and I requested Swamiji to come? I'm enthusiastic about sharing something. So once you're enthusiastic about sharing something or doing something, then only you will go to the next level. That enthusiasm is lost. Faith in God. Faith in God, that one supreme who's Vignanashana. That one supreme. Today we say, and now even just take Ganesha for example. Different mandaps in Bombay. Pune and all are very great in Ganesh festival. Different mandaps in Bombay have different practices about how they will do their puja, how they will do the celebrations, how they will conduct cultural affairs. Everything is different. But does it make any of them lesser than somebody else? They all have faith in doing something good, isn't it? They are all doing something the way they know. It is like, in Shivapurana there is a Kannappa Nayanar, one hunter. He used to worship Shiva. He had to offer something for Naivedya. Now you will say for Naivedya you will give fruits, you will give sweets, you will give so and so, some nice eatables, all vegetarian. He used to offer meat, kill animals, offer meat. Why? That is all he knew. And he is one of those great saints in Shivapurana whose statues there in all Shiva temples in Tamil Nadu. So worshipping has got nothing, faith in God has got nothing to do with what you do. It is how you do, where your heart is, what is your belief system. That is what will determine. So do you have that? Now once you have that, you are your own Ganesha. You don't need a Vignanashana, you can come over it. That should be your spirituality. So, have you gone to temples in Kerala? Correct? Now temples in Kerala are like this. And they show Aarti. I am saying specifically Kerala because most other temples you will find very bright light inside, halogen. Kerala temples are dark inside. And then they show an Aarti. The Aarti is to whom? To whom is the Aarti shown?
It is for
To
ourselves.
ourselves, so that we can see
We can see
Lord.
the, yeah.
You are seeing, thinking that the Aarti is a light for you to see that Lord in darkness. Ha! That light is for you inside. You don't have to see Him at all. You don't have to see Him at all. That light, when you see Him in that light, what happens to you within? What happens to you within is important. But most times what happens is our prayer is like this. भगवान के सामने आज मेरा एग्जाम है, आज एग्जाम है कि कभी इंटरनल्स आज मेरा एग्जाम है, आज मेरा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मुझे मिलना है, आज इसका पेमेंट नहीं आया मुझे मिलना है, आज मेरे बच्चे की शादी करा दे, फलाना ढिमकाना. This is how we are. How are we allowing that light to come inside? No, let go. So we need to feel the inner silence. When that light is being shown there, are we able to feel our inner silence? That is what we need to find out. What is it? What is written there? I am not able to read from here. What does it say? I am not religious, but I am spiritual. So what kind of spirits are you into? What are your spirits?
Whiskey and brandy.
So see, ready? Amrit hai. Without Amrit, how can we live? Our spirit is here. But the moment you understand this, where do you think spirituality and music meets? What do you think? Where does spirituality and music meets? And how?
Because the connect is the same.
Correct.
Music and spirituality has the same connect.
So there is that silence within is a very important thing. I said feel inner silence. There is a beautiful saying by Swami Advayananda. Music is the ornamentation of silence. How will you do that? How will you know that? For example, I am going to demonstrate that to you by some music in Rag Yaman. Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Haran Bhava Bhayadarunam. I broke the silence. That silence, you are all expecting that I am going to do something, and in that silence, the music came. Music within us comes only when we are silent within us. We make so much of noise here. I keep telling my music students, yesterday also I said that, music first happens here, in the mind. Once music comes to the mind, the articulation happens through your voice or your hand, whatever instrument you are playing, whatever it is that you are doing. Music is from the silence. Anybody else can sing any song in Yaman? Film songs are okay. Film songs are beauty. Okay. My students also have learned. I am sure they will not remember. Yaman Kalyani. Yaman is the same as Kalyani. அம்மா என்றழைக்காத உயிர் இல்லையே, அம்மாவை வணங்காத உயர்வில்லையே, நேரில் நின்று பேசும் தெய்வம் பெற்ற தாயன்றி வேறொன்று ஏது, चंदन सबदन चंचल चितवन, धीरे से तेरा ये मुस्काना, जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना. और क्या? कदर इतरा के चलिए, खुलेआम आंचल कुछ ऐसा याद आ रहा है एक ट्यून में गाना? बोलो. Don't. That is like speaking Jack and Jill. Okay. Can Sus go ahead. Give her the mic.
मोह मोह के मोह मोह के धागे.
क्या बात है. वाह वाह वाह. Wonderful. So now taking a cue from what Geeta just now did, I want few of you, 3-4 of you, to pick up any song that you know at random. Any song that you know, doesn't matter what it is. If it is a bhajan or a devotional song, well and good. If not also, perfectly fine. Just pick up what we call as a pallavi and one charanam, or maybe just the pallavi, or what we call as a mukhda. Just that much. Anybody. 3-4 people at random. बच्चे लोग तुम लोग भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. जो आज का गाना. चल. अरे मस्ती खाली करेगा गाना भी गाएगा.
अरे it's okay. Sing any song.
अरे इतना क्या नखरा करता है? शादी करने को बोला क्या? Any of you? Yeah, go ahead. Give to her.
जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए,
We can hear you.
देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा.
Nice, very good.
Very nice.
Any of you, please. अरे any bhajan that you are doing here in the center? Swati, Bindas.
ओंकार स्वरूपा सद्गुरु समर्था, ओंकार स्वरूपा सद्गुरु समर्था, अनाथा साधाता तुझा नमो, 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 तुझा नमो.
क्या बात है. Why? There is a Tamil song of Shirgari. Anybody else? There is a Tamil song of Shirgari Gundarajan. I'm only singing one part of it. Gunanidhiye Guruve Sharanam, Kuraigal Kalaya Iduve Tarunam, Vinayagane Vinay Deepavane, Veda Mugatone, Nyala Mudalvane, Vinayagane Vinay Deepavane. What this means is, you are all good qualities, is everything with you. So to you I prostrate. To all my shortcomings, you are the one who's going to bless me. And this moment, you are going to give me bliss. So when you actually sing like this in any devotional or a bhajan song, what you're trying to do is you're connecting with that spirituality within you. You are asking into this Ganesha because you don't know the God within you. How will you look? You can't look. I tried, but I can't look. Go in front of the mirror and say, my God is here. You can't look. So you need him. That is how you connect with him. Yesterday was Ganesh Chaturthi. Chaturthi is? Fourth. And when is the Visarjan?
Chaturdashi.
Ananta Chaturdashi. So which is? 14th. Chaturdasha Vidya. 14 knowledges. The entire Indian knowledge system is encompassed in 14 bullet points, if I were to say so. The entire Indian knowledge system. And that knowledge system is not Indian. That knowledge system applies to every field of knowledge in the world. Written when? Thousands and thousands of years ago. I told these, you guys, I introduced this to you? No, not to you, in the IKS class, right? Chaturdasha Vidya. Every field of knowledge that we can think of is covered here. Mathematics, economics, sciences, everything. It's all covered here. But how will you relate to it? The ones that we know are 4 Vedas. Still coming. Don't take a picture now. It will come. 4 Vedas. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, the other Veda. 4 Veda Angas. Rig Veda relates to Ayurveda. Yajur Veda relates to Dhanur Veda. Sama Veda relates to Gandharva Veda. And Atharva Veda relates to Arthashastra. So why I have only put red in these two? That is what we are talking today. Whatever we are discussing is from Sama Veda and Gandharva Veda. Gandharva Veda is all about, if you see down here, it is all about performing arts, dance and music. And then there are these Veda Angas, different parts. 6 Veda Angas. Now in that one you see is Chandas. Chandas is metrics. Now what is metrics? I want to say something. Ayu. Word is Ayu. How many different ways can you say Ayu? There are some people, grandmothers, who will say Ayu chalo padta hai. That's okay. But I am asking you this simple thing. Normal, common parlance. The word is Ayu. Bolo. Ayu. What is that Ayu for? Something I told you. Ayu. And then you say he is unwell. Ayu. Ayu. He's got hurt. And then somebody does something very, what can I say, dirty. Ayu. Correct? And then tired. Ayu. Now if you understand all these various ways of saying Ayu, this is all church. Because you heard the prayers that we listen to. The prayers that we listen to is in a particular field. Like for example, Gayatri Mantra. How do you chant Gayatri Mantra? Om Bhor Bhuva Suvaha Tat Savituhu Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. This is a meter for chanting. Now if I simply say this is how we do when we are doing Sandhya. Because you cannot do it in that manner, you will not be able to do it quickly. The way to do it is this. So there is a meter for doing that. Students, we did these 2 songs by guys and ladies. Bada Nat Khat Hai. How did we sing? Just Bada Nat Khat Hai. Sing that. 1, 2, 3, go. Now this song, I am singing differently. Bada nat khat hai, Krishna Kanaiya, kya kare Yashoda Maiya. Where is the feel? The meter in which they sang gives the feel. Guys, badi der bhai. तुम लोग नहीं थे, तुम लोग दोनों ही थे. बड़ी देर भई, बड़ी देर भई नंदलाला, तेरी रात के ब्रिज बाला. Correct? This is how he sang. Now you change it. Badi der bhai nandlala, teri raah katte mein judala. You change the way you sing. It is not the feel. The feel comes in the meter in which you compose it. Correct? So you can rap it if you want. That's what it did. But that's not the idea now. So the meter in which something it is composed, that's the meter in which it gives you the feel. It touches your inner self. And there are 4 upangas, which is Dharma Shastras, Puranas, Nyaya, etc. Mimamsa. Who's this? Are you a Gandharva? Who are Gandharvas? Who are Gandharvas?
Performing artists.
So Gandharvas are performing artists, and somebody you say, oh, he's a Gandharva. Why? Because he sings so well, or he looks so nice, he dances so well. So now that quality is something which we need to develop. You become a Gandharva by what? By practice. And to do what? To connect with that, because they are demigods. To connect with that supreme. Gandharvas are performing for gods. So to connect with that supreme thing. Your spirituality, once it is there, then automatically you will perform. There is Natya Shastra. You've all heard of Natya Shastra? Have you? Have you? What is Natya Shastra?
It's Bharata's treatise on dance.
Dance, all performing arts. All performing arts. About 2700 years ago, there used to be a Muni called Bharata Muni. He wrote a text called Natya Shastra about everything to do with performing arts. Singing, dancing, all kinds of drama, everything, all kinds of performing arts. It's a treatise on that. Now before I go to that, since we are discussing songs, etc., I remember Ramkumar, you shared one cutting from Times of India a few months ago. About voice. Musicians who play mridangam, what is their instrument? Musicians who play violin? Guitar. Violin. Violin players play guitar. Violin players play guitar, and then guitarist plays violin. Violin players play violin. Guitarist plays guitar. Harmonica player plays harmonica. So you say that he is player of so and so, identifying him with the instrument. Now what is the instrument of a singer? Voice. Correct.
Vocal cord.
Voice. The instrument is a voice. Correct. But can you say voice player? Voice player is there on the mobile. Media player. You call him a singer. Him or her, you call him a singer. Now why that is very important is, like for example this matrix that we discussed, the voice resonates in somebody's ears. What I am talking comes to your ears, it impacts you in a particular way and it creates a particular energy in you. That is how it happens. So voice resonates. It is important for us to know our voice. It is important for us to know how to use the voice. Like how I just now did. I started and then came down gradually. As I am coming down gradually, you start paying more attention. You start paying more attention to see what is he going to say now. And if I go on a rap, then bhai there, bhai nandlala. That's not okay, isn't it? So this is what the voice does. How you use the voice to communicate music, communicate your thoughts is very important. This is Natya Shastra. The vision of Natya Shastra is about performing arts across all performing arts. Now what does this say? It talks about aesthetics. Rasa. Rasa means your enjoyment. How you are able to, the juice, rasa is juice. If I give you Musambi juice and usme I also squeeze the, what do you call that? Chilka and put it. Rasa is kadwa. It is meant to be sweet. Or if the Musambi is not ripe enough. Rasa. So the rasa is the enjoyment that it gives you. So this is what he starts with. What is the taste that it is leaving within you? Entertainment, 2700 years ago. Entertainment was not primary. Although it spoke everything about all performing arts, entertainment was not primary. Transporting the experiencer to a different reality. Now, when you listen to somebody, very, very intensely, you are listening to some music. Instrument, vocal, it is not important. And you are transported to a different level. That is the idea of a good music which has got a combination with spirituality. As I just now did, Badi Der Bhai Nandlala, you are not connecting with Nandlala. Because Nandlala says, Badi Der Bhai Nandlala. You call him, no. You call him, Bada Nat Khat Hai Re Krishna Kanhaiya Ka Kare Yashoda Maiya. Now when you do that, you are connecting with Krishna Kanhaiya. That's the idea. Now you experience, what are you experiencing? When you are talking about a different reality, you are experiencing your own consciousness. That God principle which is within you is what you are experiencing. You are not experiencing something else. That God principle within you. So once you start evaluating that, you will start understanding the spiritual values within yourself. So music actually helps you do that. Music helps you once you are listening, when you are performing whatever you are doing, that's when it gives you that feel. And it is 2700 years old. Tansen. You remember Tansen? Tansen was a great singer. Now, Akbar made him one of his Navaratnas. So there were other Ratnas who were feeling jealous. Isko kaise banaya? It happens in every organization. Isko kaise mila? Promotion out of turn. Every organization this happens. So uska bhi organization mein bola, usko kaise mila? So they said, what we will do? So they went and told Akbar that he is such a great singer that he can sing Deepak Rag. Now Deepak Rag is something, if somebody sang that really well, that person itself will be burnt to ashes. So they sort of made Akbar tell Tansen, will you sing Deepak Rag for me in the Darbar? Now Tansen could not say no to the king. Tansen knew what was the mischief. But karega kya? So he said, give me a few days time to prepare. He told his daughter that you prepare Megh Mallar. So after 2 weeks, he sang Deepak Rag. The light started coming off and he was also almost coming to a boiling temperature. His daughter sang Megh Mallar, the rains came. This is the story of Tansen. So the idea is that when you have music with you, you should do that which is giving you joy, that which makes others feel. And Deepak Rag after that, I don't think anybody has tried to sing, because this belief is there that if I sing Deepak Rag, I will be burned to ashes. So you rarely find songs in Deepak Rag. This misnomer is still there, but music is something which you should transport you to a higher reality. That is what it is meant for, not for settling scores. मैं बड़ा तू छोटा, किधर आए? Are you a leftist or a rightist? Are you Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Trump.
Trump. Very good. So Trump is rightist. Are you leftist or rightist? Think about the qualities of a rightist. The left is more an analytical brain. The right is more, the right is more emotional intelligence, creativity, etc., etc. This is what it is. This is there in all of us. Correct? So when I'm bringing this to our understanding of art in this case we are discussing music with spirituality. Creative, rightist. Creative, emotional, intuitive. Left, logical, analytical, orderly. Somebody said about our show which happened a few days ago. It was a music show, but it was conducted in a very orderly manner. We had a music show last week at Ghatkobar, and one of the audience made a remark, and which really made us so happy. Music was so good, the choice of songs, the singing, everything was so excellent, but it was conducted in an orderly manner. That made me so happy, because that is exactly what we expect to do, that we have to conduct it in an orderly manner. So this is left and right. Imaginative and innovative. Okay. Imaginative, innovative. This is what the right brain is. Linear and communicative. This is what the left is. So when you understand the spiritual approach to music itself, this example which happened last week, and I got the feedback of that day before yesterday. Felt really nice. They said there was no unnecessary drama. Music was there, music only was there. It was, all the choice was nice, it was sequentially organized, everybody came and conducted themselves nicely, and it was a wonderful show. Now when you really look at it, this, what we are now doing, we are in an orderly manner trying to understand something. Swamiji will come and we will also continue with what we are doing. So we are doing it in a very orderly manner. At the end of the day, what are we doing it for? The spirituality that we are discussing is more to do with our right brain. Because it understands us emotionally. It understands us to our innermost core. But yet doing all that, we should be doing it in a very systematic manner. Chinmay Mission is probably a good example of how to learn that in a systematic manner. So when we look at it that way, whatever we do, whether it is to do with music, spirituality, whatever it is, we have to do it in a very organized way, but it is for our own inner joy. Find your prism. What is a prism?
That which refracts light.
Correct. So the prism retracts the light which is coming from elsewhere and it gives away something else different. What does it do? That light goes out in some way.
So the white light gets refracted into 7 colors.
Right. How do we all function? I am talking, I am using my hands. You are looking at me. You are listening to me. What are all these things? My hands, my mouth, your ear, your eyes. What are all these part of?
Senses.
Sense of
These are all part of our?
sense of body.
These are all part of our body. Correct? We work with our body. Music. What did I say? Where music happens first? Mind. And then how do we sing? When we sing, we make mistakes, isn't it? When we sing or we perform, we make mistakes. And then we understand those mistakes and we correct them. Playing, singing, we correct them. What makes us do that? Buddhi. So we act with our body. We get the signals to act with our mind. We do the intuition about how we should act with our intelligence. So there are 3 working tools. Everybody's 3 working tools. Body, mind, intellect. Same for everybody. Then why is it that I am singing and somebody else is not singing? Why is it that you are playing and somebody else is not playing? Purva Janma Vasana alone? Or current Vasana? You said, Ramki, you said you understood this 25 years ago when you sang in the bathroom. Many of my students are like that. They were all bathroom singers and that is how they came out. Right? So the Vasana was there. The Vasana was there. The Vasana came in the form of a desire, in the form of some understanding that I can do it. The Vasana was there. Then you, what do you call that? You created the determination within you to pursue it. And then started working on it. When we were very young, very small, Mummy Daddy used to say, go to गाने का क्लास में जाओ, वायलिन का क्लास में जाओ. किसको बोला है Mummy Daddy ने? ये क्लास में जाओ, वो क्लास में जाओ. मेरे को बोला था. I used to, as a child, my brother he remembers. Pencil में I used to play drums on pencil. School का pencil में I used to play. Mom and Dad got little serious. इसको मालूम है कैसे बजाने का. इसको बजाएगा हम लोग. भेज दिया मेरे को मृदंगम क्लास में. I used to be very skinny. एकदम पतला. सुक्कड़ बोम्बिल. And उधर गया. वो मृदंग पैर में अटने का ना. It was heavy. गया. I went about 6-8 months. Probably I went every week. And my namesake is there, मृदंगम player. After some time I said नहीं ये मेरे से नहीं होगा. मैं रुके वापस आ गया. बोला मैं नहीं करेगा. मेरे को नहीं होगा. बहुत दर्द कर मेरे से नहीं होगा. वापस came back home. Sir came home. अरे अच्छा बजाता है. इसको भेजो घर पे. Dad and mom tried. वापस बजाएगा इसको भेजने को. वो लोग बजाए लेकिन मैं गया नहीं. So the point is, you have the vasana. And then many years later, of course, I started learning tabla. You have the vasana. Then you need to develop it. You need to work on yourself with your intelligence. So find your prism. Have you come across this?
Ikigai.
Can anybody tell me what is Ikigai?
Ikigai is finding what you really love to do in life and being able to pursue that.
That is your
And then
Ikigai.
when you find it, then it's like that you
Your
don't do
purpose.
anything else.
Your purpose.
Yeah.
Right, your purpose. So when you just go around this Ikigai, we'll just go around this and see what it is. What do you love? You love something. Something. Some people, of course, I love everybody. People, fine. Then, when you love something, are you able to create a passion for it? Number two. Now, does that passion become a mission for you to pursue? Then do you realize that you are good at it? गाने का मेरे को गाने का पैशन है और गाएगा कैसे? Buddy there, bye, Nandlala, Bridgewala. That's all. Where am I good at it? Is what I need to know. All right. Then as that become my profession? But does it need to become my profession? Not everything you can count in the nature of money. But can it become my vocation? But having done that, does the world really need it? Do you need it? Like for example, how I told you my own beginnings. I realized that probably there is some value in what I am doing, and I came up and started doing it. She realized that there is some value in what I am doing, and I came up and started doing it. So then once all of these are there, you have fullness within you. When you have fullness within you, you have reached your Ikigai. And that is what gives you a reason for being. In Vedanta, we say it is dharma. Come. We say it is dharma. What is dharma? Invariably, anybody, if you ask dharma, the people will say it is religion. Dharam. मैं बोलता धर्मेंद्र है. Dharma is that without which a thing cannot be what it is. Salty sugar. Impossible. The sweet salt. Impossible. Handsome Suresh. Impossible. Fair Suresh. Not at all possible. Pigmented. Not now. Correct. So that without which a thing is not what it is its dharma. That without which we are not what we are is our dharma. And we are the same consciousness, that principle, that God principle which is within us. This is what we all are. I started off to all my students here in the first session by saying, क्या था? बोलो. हाथ किधर रखना चाहिए? इधर? क्यों?
Politics.
This namaste is of politicians. This namaste, which is called Anjali Mudra, Hridayanjali, whatever it is. This, when we do it, it creates balance. It creates equanimity. It creates a connect. And I am saying, I connect my divinity within me with the divinity within you. This is namaste. This is how we greet. So when you know that, that is your dharma. You say that is what your dharma is. And we say this Sanatana Dharma, universal. It has not changed. From time immemorial, it is the same thing. It has not changed. So this prism, what is your prism? The light which is coming from outside, that light is the Om principle, that God principle, without which you cannot be. That God principle is what we are, without which we cannot function. Now when that comes to my body, mind and intellect, the prism of my body, mind and intellect, when that light passes through me and that prism is clean, then only the refraction of these lights will be colorful. Now if any one of this is muddy, dirty, the colors that will come out will not be nice. So when we talk about music also in the same context, when my instruments of functioning, my tools are in order, when music comes through me, even if I am Subbudu, when the music comes through me, then what will go out will be only pleasant things. Even if I have to criticize, I will criticize constructively. This is how it will go. So this is how you need to keep the prism of our working tools. Then everything will function well. Let's talk about a few spiritual music icons. If I ask you for some spiritual music icons, some names, do they come to your mind? I am giving some names randomly. You can choose any names that you want. Any name that comes to your mind.
MS Subbalakshmi. Subbalakshmi, yeah.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, he is also highly spirited. So MS Amma, she learned her music with her mother, and then she went on to learn with different gurus, including Shemmamudi Srinivasa Iyer. Now Shemmamudi Srinivasa Iyer was one of those people to whom Subbudu said, he is no musician, he is not worthy of being on the stage. Srinivasa Iyer was one of the greatest singers of his time, no question about it. So this is what I am talking about criticism. The trinity in Carnatic music. Tyagaraja Bhagavatar, Muthuswami Dikshidhar and Chama Shastri. Because Carnatic music itself is from the Bhakti movement. So music starts with Lord. हम लोग उसके पीछे बोल रहे एहसान तेरा होगा मुझ पर. Correct? We had the local music, but then there is nothing wrong in that also, because this is what we understand. Not everything needs to be devotional, and we know in Shuddha Swara we have multi-genre. MS Vishwanathan, Rafi Saab used to say that Sangeet ibadat hai. Ibadat means it is prayer. It is surrender. He was one person who lived that in the way he conducted himself while he was recording on stage, recording in the studio, singing on stage, dealing with people, absolutely total spiritualist to the core. That is his conduct, the way he conducted himself.
Sir, MSV you can
I had whom I did MSV, I'm sorry, I forgot. MS Vishwanathan came from, he almost committed, he and his mother almost committed suicide when he was a child because they could not bear their poverty. Then somebody rescued them, and then from there he went on, and then he became what he was. He lived a spiritual life irrespective of the fact that his music mostly was in the film industry. But we did a song a few days ago, MSV's Krishna song for which was that? Go ahead. It was written by Kannadasan and composed by MSV, sung by SPB. SPB himself was a great spiritualist, I would say. Correct? So now, this is what, and he did tremendous amount of help to fellow beings who were in difficulty in his industry. Many stories are there about what he has done. So Rafi Saab I spoke about. This is, anybody knows who he is? Hindustani music, anybody? He is V.D. Paluskar. He codified Hindustani music and brought it into a format where it could be taught in schools. If you look at the Carnatic music format, it was Bhakti movement. So you could sing, you sang as a, offering to the Lord. But in Hindustani music, it was similarly, because between Carnatic and Hindustani music, if you look at it, Carnatic music is full of words. Because you are talking about Bhakti, Bhakti you have to say many things. Krishna, I love you, Rama, I love you, Amma, I love you, Ganesha, I love you. All these things you have to say, Correct? You keep on saying and different things about him. You are great, you have Tumbikai, you have this ears. All those things you should do that in Carnatic. Whereas when it comes to Hindustani has got very little words. It's mostly in the melody. So he codified Hindustani music and brought it in the manner that it can be taught in schools. And not only that, to many people who were deprived of music, he created an understanding that music is ibadat. and made them follow this path. Abbaji, Zakir Hussein's father. Zakir Hussain himself, of course. Abbaji was also a great, he always believed that music is ibadat. That's the way he conducted himself. That is how his children are also. Zakir, Tawfiq and third, I forget his name. I always forget the third fellow's name. Qureshi. Tawfiq Qureshi? Huh? Farhan Qureshi. नहीं. Farhan Qureshi तो 3 Idiots में था. Arijit Singh. If you listen to Arijit Singh's songs, it touches deep into your heart. Because Arijit is, he follows Sufi. Of course, he follows different things. He sings all kinds of songs. But you really listen to him carefully, he touches your heart because he sings from here, from the Lord within. That is how he sings. Of course, there are plenty. I just brought a few examples. So what is the role of a guru in music? Can anybody tell me what is the role of a guru? All of these people whom I showed, they all had gurus.
To share one's life, one's passion, one's whatever is the way of.
Give a path. Provide a path. Show a path. Alright? So this, you were there I think in that talk when I did it last month. When the student is ready, the guru appears. And when the student is truly ready, the guru disappears. The role of a guru is only tarashne ka kaam hai. He is a sculptor. He will sculpt it, and when it is ready, he will. When it is ready, he will disappear. That is the role of a guru. Hari Om Swamiji, you are not disturbing me, and we will not get disturbed. So, what does a mentor do? What is the job of a mentor? Mentor enhances knowledge. Easily understood? Enhances meaning knowledge is already there. Music was there when I was born, when I did Mugari. Music was already there. The guru enhances it. Because music is already there in your system, even from your mother's womb. Spirituality is there already within you. You are what you are, that is your dharma. Then the guru enhances the knowledge. So he just makes you, sharpens it. Criticizes constructively, not like Subbudu. Criticizes constructively. Criticism is necessary. Criticism for what? So that you can correct yourself and become better than what you were earlier. That's it. Aids personal growth. Many of us have different ambitions. For example, even in our music class, for example, or among students there when I conduct your lectures, somebody says, I want to become. क्या बनने का बोला तू? ऐसा I want to be a pilot. Future में देखेगा बोला. Somebody wants to be a pilot. Somebody wants to be a scientist. Somebody wants to be in public eye. Somebody wants to be in a private place doing whatever he is doing. Different people have different aspirations. Now, after a point in time, after the entire knowledge has been shared and then everybody is made into a common platform, the mentor helps you in seeing that you have a special inclination to do something else. Yeah, I'll help you to do that. You have a special inclination to do something else. I'll help you do that. You sing better ghazals. You sing better devotional. You sing better Lata Mangeshkar. Correct? Something like that. Just pointing fingers. Don't take it seriously. And encourages to empower. See, the ultimate thing is that any student must feel empowered to take up what they can do and they must believe that they can do it. So the job of a mentor is only to encourage them to empower themselves. I cannot be with you always. There is one, I think so, Nityananda Swami. You know, cause me, I partishi, तुझे partishi. But every time you look back and say he is partishi, but he has only told you, me I partishi. Don't look back. You don't look back. I have your back. Don't worry. That's what the Guru does. I have your back.
Swami Samartha.
Swami Samartha. Swami Samartha. creates awareness for your well-being and your excellence. Your awareness, not his awareness. Your awareness, your well-being, your growth is possible. That belief in you, you must have. Provides unbiased views. I have come across some people saying that some teachers sort of admonish, and sometimes very aggressively, sometimes very insultingly. Is that the job of a mentor? You obviously should not be doing that. What you should be doing that is, you provide your views unbiased. Not that, this is not the way, this is not the way. Unbiased. And if it is not the way, say why it is not the way. And provide for that person's well-being. What happens in some cases I have heard, because of this extreme criticism, some people have left and gone. Because they are not able to take it, because every person is made differently. Every person is of a different metal. And then the mentor becomes a trusted partner in your growth. Now, after partner, what happens? Mera share love. What is my share? No, because after that you are ready, he vanishes. Because he is not, role is over. He is just vanished. That's it. So, I always end with this. Dhanyavad and ask time. If there is anything on this that any of you have to say or ask, it is not ask time, tell time also. You can say, and then we will continue after that. Can anybody share lyrics of any song that you know, popular music, it can be any genre, which has got a philosophical intent? Any song.
हमको मन की शक्ति दे.
Please go ahead, sing. You cannot, not Jack and Jill the way I did.
हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों के जैसे पहले खुद को जय करे.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
On Tamil.
Anything.
This is on a self-belief pattern.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
உன்னை அறிந்தால் நீ உன்னை அறிந்தால் உலகத்தில் போராடலாம் உயர்ந்தாலும் தாழ்ந்தாலும் தலை வணங்காமல் நீ வாழலாம்.
क्या बात है, wonderful. There is one song that you are going to sing in one program, which went away. பாவனிப்பு. What is that?
அந்த நாள் முதல் இந்த நாள் வரை
வந்த நாள் முதல். வந்த நாள் முதல் இந்த நாள் வரை வானம் மாறவில்லை.
வான்மதியும் நீயும் கடல் காற்றும் மனதும் மண்ணும் மதுவோ மனிதன் மாறவில்லை.
மனிதன் மாறிவிட்டான். மனிதன் மாறிவிட்டான். For those who did not understand, from the time of creation, this song is so meaningful. From the time of creation, everything that the Creator has created is the same way. It is blessing all of us the same way. And what about us stupid people? We keep changing depending, like chameleons, we keep on changing. Kabhi idhar, kabhi udhar, kabhi idhar, kabhi udhar. That is how we are. These songs, though they may be from films, so meaningful. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
जिंदगी के सफर में गुजर जाते हैं जो मकान वो फिर नहीं आते वो फिर नहीं आते.
This is a great lesson from Vedanta itself. Our problem is we are always attached to the past. And we carry that parcel with us every time when we go. ये क्या है? बहुत भारी है. नहीं मेरे को चाहिए. क्या है? Past. Past. अरे उसको छोड़ो ना पीछे. नहीं past. गुजर गए. छोड़ दो. Because they will not come back again. Move ahead. We never move ahead because we never learn to be in the present. Anything else? Both?
हमने भी
गले से लगाया है ना. So basically embrace life. I say that in my IKS class. Embrace life. Because that is what you have. It is the most precious thing that you have. Embrace that life. That's what
I
it
want to
is.
sing a Marathi song.
Go ahead please.
हीच आमचे प्रार्थना आणि हीच आमचे मागणी माणसाने माणसाशी माणसा समवागणी.
So, man should behave with people should behave with others like people. Yeah. Many times we behave like animals. Or sometimes cold shoulder. Correct? So with that we will sum up this session and we are all eagerly waiting for listening to Swamiji. Swamiji, before I break, huge thanks to you for agreeing to come today. Today was the inaugural talk of this Inner Voice lecture series. And when I knew I was going to speak on music, because music is something which I've been doing. And when I thought, who should I request other than Swamiji, nobody came to my mind. Because this initiative could have taken off only with Swamiji's blessings. And nothing else, Swamiji. From the bottom of my heart, really grateful, Kritajnata from the bottom of my heart. And we are all very eagerly waiting to listen to you. So I will part here. Thank you.
ॐ न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते तद्यतयो विशन्ति वेदान्त विज्ञान सुनिश्चितार्था संन्यास योगा यतयः शुद्ध सत्त्वा ते ब्रह्मलोके तु परान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे दहनं विपापं परमेष्मभूतं यत् पुण्डरीकं पुरमध्यसद्ग्रस्तं तत्रापि दहनं गगनं विशोकस्तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यम् यो वेदादौ स्वरः प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः.
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Joy is mine too.
Hari Om to all. Swami Advayananda ji was inspired by the teachings of Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda ji and joined the Gurukula of the Chinmaya mission at a young age of 18. In 2003, he was initiated into sannyasa by Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayananda ji. Presently, Swamiji is serving as the President of Chinmaya International Foundation, the repository of Sanskrit research in Chinmaya Mission, as a trustee of Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth, the mission's university for Indian knowledge, and as the resident Acharya for the 19th Sandipani Vedanta course at Mumbai, which is the initiation course of aspirants wanting to serve mankind through Vedanta. Devoted to the study and teachings of Vedanta, and with many Gita and Upanishad discourses to his credit, Swamiji has authored several books on Vedanta, as also various home study courses on Vedanta. He has also edited several works in English and Sanskrit. He has overseen and co-redacted the scholarly publication of the 2-volume work on the Brahma Sutra. He played a pivotal role in the research and coordination of Upanishad Ganga a television series depicting the wisdom of the Upanishads. Listening to Swamiji speak on Advaita is a revelation for its simplicity and ease of understanding. Today, Swamiji will speak on life perspectives from Daivathin Kural, which are the summary of teachings of Mahaperiyaval, Kanchi Acharya, His Holiness Chandrasekhara Saraswati. Swamiji, it gives me great joy to welcome you and introduce you. Myself and Suresh have loving and unforgettable memories of our time spent interacting with you. We both feel blessed every time we meet you. Today it gives us immense joy to see you here and listen to you speak in Shuktaswara's program. On behalf of Shuktaswara and SIS College, we are blessed to welcome you again and request you to share your abundance of wisdom with all of us. Hari Om. Welcome.
I'll take it and then give it back. Keep this.
Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidparam Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Bande Paramananda Madhavam Paramananda Madhavam. I'm very delighted to be here. Especially delighted because I get to meet again Sri Suresh ji and Rajani ji. We have very, as she was mentioning, very fond memories. And I have also, see the Chinmaya University what we have. Our Suresh ji worked very inspiredly, very dedicatedly, and I can't imagine the amount of hard work he has put, and how many times to Cochin, to Delhi, and how many meetings we have had in Cochin, in Bangalore, in Delhi, so many places in their home, and I used to go for Bhiksha there. So I always, have very fond remembrances of those times. I think maybe 7 years back.
No, so we started off in 2014 only.
14.
And 2018,
Yeah.
till 2018, the 4 years.
So 4 years. He brought in an enormous amount of, what can I say, dedicated hard work. But not for his effort of those times, we would not be having a university.
during the centenary year of Puji Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji, we wanted to have something which is of Gurudev's vision. So the Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth, one vision of Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji was bridging east and west, past and present, science and spirituality, Pandit and public, the ancient wisdom and present day contemporary knowledge fields. So that was one vision which was there. So right at the birth home of Adi Shankaracharya as a headquarters in Kerala, in Ernakulam district, which is Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji's birth town. And in that birth home of Adi Shankaracharya, which is again in the Ernakulam district, so we have the university. So that which is standing there is a testament to his hard work and dedication. It was the vision of Swamiji expressed through him which made it possible. So I am always happy to see him and Rajniji also after quite some time. This is, as he told me, Suresh told me, it is C.S. Ramakrishnan Memorial Lecture. Right? So, are they all aware of?
No, it was Swamiji. We changed the name to Inner Voice Lecture Series. We changed the name.
Okay. So the topic given to me is Inner Perspectives from Daivatyan Kural. Do you know Daivatyan Kural? What Daivatyan Kural? Some of you, how many of you have not heard this Daivatyan Kural? Please do raise your hands. Quite a few of you are there. Anyone of you has gone through that Daivatyan Kural? Anybody gone through? Okay. Little bit gone through. Yeah, it is 7 volumes. 7-8 volumes. Daivatyan Kural. The great Acharya of Kanchi is called Kanchi Paramacharya. So, the Swamiji put so that Acharya, he toured the length and breadth of the nation, especially the South India, and he gave talks wherever he went. And those talks are all compiled and brought out as Daivatyan Kural. Kural means voice. Daivatyan Kural is voice of God. Great Acharya. And the length and breadth of his, when you go through it, you see enormous comprehension of every aspect and facet of knowledge. Not just the Shastra, whether it is mathematics, whether it is medicine, whether it is geography, whether it is, unimaginable genetics. At that time, genetics. So his comprehension of these subjects which he presented to the common man, he was not speaking to some scholars, some academicians, or some shastris. No. He was talking to you and me, wherever he was going. And those were collected together and brought out as those volumes, many volumes, Daivatyan Kural. So the topic which is given to me is life perspectives from Daivatyan Kural. Actually what he has asked me is to share the whole of Daivatyan Kural. Because the whole work is on life perspective. It's not on death perspective, you see. It's a life perspective. So that is the topic he has given me. And suppose I have to share the whole thing, especially in, let us say, today's context. And that too when we are just Ganesh Chaturthi yesterday. Right? So we are in the midst of Ganesh Utsav. So Ganesh Utsav is there, Daivatyan Kural is there, and our own life is there. So if we have to put all of them together, let me share some thoughts what he has given on these topics. and then you see for yourself. I'm sure just as how I was amazed going through that, you also will have a taste of that amazement and beauty. See, every aspect of Ganesha, what I am speaking is real from the Devatin Kural, okay? I'm not going to keep on telling it's from Devatin Kural, it's from the Acharya had said it. I'm not going to say that. But whatever I'm saying is from there. And after you hear, please listen to it carefully, and then if you have any questions and doubts, we will discuss about it. Everything related to Ganesha, everything related has got a lot of philosophical significance and direct relation to our life. Do you know in South, in Tamil Nadu especially, the name which we address Ganesha? Pillaya. Vinayaka, yes, Vinayaka is everywhere. Vinayaka, Ganapati, these are common names. But a unique name by which Lord Ganesha is referred to in the Tamil Nadu is Pillaya. Pillai means child. Pillayar. How many of you know Tamil here? Yeah, that's a sizable audience. Pillai means in Tamil child. Child is called Pillai. Child. Now to that child, if you want to give respect, in Tamil for respect we use the word R. Right? R is used. So Pillai, and then you add R, respect. Pillaya. So that means what? Worshipful child. Do you see that? See, his brother, who is Pillaya's brother? Murugan. He is also child only. He is called as Kumaran. Swami also. He is also child. But this, then why don't you also call him some respect? But Pillaya, Ganesha, the first child, he is named with this respect. Okay? What do we offer? What is that unique what is offered to Ganesha? Kurkatai. Yes, Kurkatai. That is offered. Okay? What is that which you offer? In the sense we break it and offer coconut. Is it not? Now you see that has got a great symbolism. See, his father was Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva was getting into some important activity, work and all those things. And before you enter into any kind of major work, important, the god who you worship is Ganapati. He may be father, but he also had to worship Ganapati. So he went and worshipped Ganapati, and then Pillaya he worshipped, said, what can I offer you? Ganesha said, your head. Your head. So when we offer respects to some saint and all, what do? We offer our head. We bow down. But how can Lord Shiva give the head? So Lord Shiva created the coconut. I'm telling you some stories, but you see, what is symbolism you see later? The coconut. Coconut has got something very, very special related to Lord Shiva. Can you tell me what?
3 eyes.
It has got 3 eyes. Is it not? And you break it and you give it to. If you go to Tamil Nadu and all those things, they don't even have break like this. They Sidari Tengai. They break it. Is it not? Have you seen that?
Yes.
And children get it first. Pillaya pillais all come. And I do not know if you had the opportunity to collect those coconuts. I have not. Remember those times? Go to temple and we know they are going to break. We children all first come there, or when we hear that sound, rush there to get that coconut. Not that at home coconut is not there, but there's a joy in getting that. That head represents our head. The heart, that is our ego. Very hard. Not easy to break the ego. The ego can feel hurt. The ego can feel bloated. But to break the ego is very tough. And that is a breaking of the individuality and sense of ego. And the beauty is, once you break the ego, you get the tastiest thing inside. The ego is very harsh, very nutty. Not nut which you can eat. It is so hard and rough edged. But inside you have the beauty, the taste. Inside you have that amrita. That which you break, the water which comes from that after breaking, that is called as amrita. In other words, when you break our ego, we come to recognize our true nature, which is immortal. The word amrita means immortal. Today we take ourselves to be this individual and we carry around the weight of it. See, whenever you are in art, you will get the taste beyond the ego. So let's say you are singing. Or just singing is okay. Let's say even any art you take. Let's say an art painting. Or when you take your own work, your life as an art, and you immerse yourself in it, you find that you transcend the ego. When you transcend the ego, what comes out is the best. If you ask any artist, when did their best come out? They'll say, when I forgot myself. I forgot myself. When you forget yourself, meaning when you go beyond the ego, what comes out is the best. Art tells you, art shows you, art helps you see the secret, transcend the ego, see the beauty of you. So that Siddharu Tengai is what? That breaking the coconut is breaking that shell of that ego and having a different vision of life. As long as we leave the ego, I and you will be there. And when I and you are there is always a problem. When to forget I and you, what you have to do is not to forget the other person, forget yourself. Right? So that is indicative of this life perspective. Okay? Now you go a little more, many things of we can see. Lord Ganesha, how does he look? Does he look small? Everything about him is big size. His head, huge. Ganesha is the elephant head only. His stomach, huge. Everything about him is huge. But on what does he sit? What is his vahana? Vahana is the most. Don't you find an anomaly here? Those of you who know the culture and tradition, you find various deities with various vahanas. One has Lord Vishnu as a Garuda Vahana. Lord Subramanian has got peacock as a Vahana. Ambal Devi, she has got Lion as a Vahana. Lord Shiva has got that mighty bull as Vahana, Nandi. And our Ganesha, huge god, what does he have as Vahana? Something. Rat as his Vahana. And not that big rat, it's the smallest rat. I don't know what they call in Tamil, they call Mushika. In Tamil, Munjuri or something we call. We call that. The smallest one. Do you know what it is standing for? Such a huge. And Lord Ganesha has got one name also. His name is Stulakaya. Stulakaya means huge body. Right? Infinite he is. Lord is infinite. So that is a presentation of that. But what is he sitting on? He is sitting on the rat. What does it say? The rat is the most restless of all creatures. Have you ever found a quiet rat? Most restless. Usually they say monkey is restless. But I don't think monkey is as restless as a rat. The rat is the most restless creature. And do you know there's a rat? It is so small but very destructive fellow. One rat is sufficient. Chaos. And you can't find it out. You can't find it. You can't easily find this fellow. You can see all the disturbance he's doing. And you can find sometimes running also. Sound and all will be there. But you try to find him where he is. This rat is our mind. Restless. A restless fellow creates a lot of trouble, and you try to track him out, impossible to track him out. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says beautifully, Manasam tu kim margane krite naiva manasam marga arjavar. He's saying, just this mind, we're all struggling with the mind. You just find out what is this mind you're trying to see. It won't be there. I'm not saying intellectually what is the mind. That we know mind is a flow of thoughts. We know. But just think, what is the mind? It's not there. But how much disturbance, how much trouble. I went to one home, you know, Bhiksha they had got, I went to one home and there was a small child. Maybe 3 years, 4 years, must be LKG or something like that. She's sitting so quietly, cute one, sitting quietly like this. I said, you're okay? Oh, okay. What is wrong with you? I'm having a tension. Tension? At your age, I never knew anything. What tension I did not know. Why? What is wrong tension? Mummy and daddy are fighting. Tension. Naturally. I can understand. That is the biggest tension possible for a child. If your mother and father fights and you have to witness it, that is the biggest tension for you as a child. As one grows up, one understands that human beings are just expressing their thoughts. But when you are a child and you see your mother and father fighting, you don't know what to do. Parents should always be very, very careful. Yes, they may have an occasion to disagree, but not disagree in front of the children. Because children don't have the maturity to understand. They don't have maturity. They think it's something very serious. The whole world is collapsing. Nothing like that. Healthy discussion is always there in a family. So that's tension. The mommy daddy fighting tension, I understand what you're telling. That mind, is the cause of everything. The Upanishad says, Manayeva Manushyanam Karanam Bandha Mokshayo. Mind alone is a cause for bondage. Mind alone is a cause for liberation. Mana eva manushyana karanam bandha moksha yoga. Whether you are free or whether you are bound, whether you are suffering, whether you are happy, all depends on mind. A man is what his mind is. As sometimes they say, your altitude depends upon your attitude. So many times they say, success comes in cans. Success comes in cans. Failures comes in cans. C-A-N, C-A-N-D. Success comes in cans. Failures comes in cans. All mind only. So Ganesha sitting on the restless rat, that is, you keep the infinite in your heart. You always see whenever they know that Ganesha is there and rat is there, you always see the rat is very quiet. Very quiet. That restless rat is quiet. Keep God in your heart. Mind will be quiet. What is the meaning of keeping God in the heart? Keeping God in the heart. God is not an object. No? God is not an object. You can keep in your, see, if it is some object like this, keep in your pocket, you can keep. What do you mean keeping God in the heart? Keeping God in the heart is to understand that there is a greater picture. I see some of you, whatever be your age, you have gone through your life. At some point of time you must have thought something which went in your life was wrong. It should not have happened like that. Today as you reflect, don't you see that it all happened for good? It all happened for good. The great president, the earlier president of India, loud president, loved by all. You know whom I am talking about? You know he was rejected he wanted to join the Air Force. He was rejected. With great dejection, he just had Dehradun or somewhere nearby was Shivananda Ashram Divine Life Society. The great saint of saints, Swami Shivananji Maharaj, the Guru of Swami Chinmayananji also. So he had gone there, along with his friend. Himalayas you go, then you meet ashram, some saint you meet. They gone there. So he was being very, very rejected, dejected, feeling very, very sad. Swami Shivananji asked, young man, what's wrong? Why are you sad? What's wrong? Then he told, this is what has happened. And Swami Shivananji said, whatever happens, happens for good. Don't be worried. It will happen. He said, whatever happens, happens for good. Everywhere I am hearing the same thing. Whatever happens, happens for good. But you see from where to where he went. If he had become an Air Force fighter jet, whole life was different for him. We think something has gone wrong. But remember, there is a cosmic design. You are thinking too much of yourself. Just understand, you are one peg in the whole cosmic wheel. We carry a weight of the universe on us. But how big we are? Not even worth seeing your size. Many times when we go in aircraft, no? The first time I was going, I was so excited. Going by flight. From India to Sri Lanka or somewhere I had to go. That called for some first time going by flight. So excited. So I thought from there we can see things. So I was looking very, very restless. I wanted to go. So that the air hostess going, is all fine? I said, all fine, but I want to sit down. She said, what do you want to sit down? I want to see, Suresh smile at me first time. Nothing you can see from there. It's so quite so high. You can't see anything from there. Just go a little bit high, nobody can see. But we think, we are the center of the world. Too much thinking. Somebody did not smile at me. So what? He must have been in a bad mood. Something. What is wrong? He didn't smile at you. Oh, he didn't smile at me. Insult. We are all wrapped in our own mind and made ourselves so big. When you keep the infinite in your heart, you have the perspective. And from that perspective, when we live our life, things are all light. So this rat which is so restless, you get the infinite perspective of Ganesha. Get that kind of understanding, get that kind of wisdom. See that in the totality. And Ganesha is the infinite, okay? Bring that vision of infinite and then see where you are. And then immediately things will fall in place. You get the balance of vision to do things right. The finite is so restless. The infinite is so at peace. The finite is always restless. The infinite is ever at ease. So whenever you find that you are not at ease, expand. See the larger picture. And from that standpoint, yours is nothing. Your problem is nothing. And finally, the problem that you're facing is only going to help you. It's only going to help you. So be a willing learner for the problem when the problem is there. Why are you unwilling? Just be a willing learner. Swami Tejomanji, my guru, he says something very interesting. He says, when you go to examination, you prepare and you go for the examination. You learn and you go for examination. You study and then you go for examination. But life is very different. In normal school, college, whatever, learning comes first, exams comes next. In life, exam comes first, learning comes. Be available for the learning. Be available. Just be available. Just ask an experience which is coming to you. What do you want to teach me? That's all. That's what we have to ask. Why do you look at an experience and ask, oh, why did you come? Oh, so bad. Oh, no, just ask. Pause. Step back. Ask a question. What do you want to teach me? And if we have learned from that, that experience will not repeat again. But if we don't learn from an experience, the infinite God, in this infinite compassion, is going to send that experience again and again. If we learn, I don't think learning is over. Next learning will come. New experience will come. And we have to be ready. Because if we have to grow, we have to learn. Right? So a larger perspective, an infinite perspective. And Ganesha represents that larger perspective of life, that infinitude. place that in your heart and your mind will be fine. Right? That is Ganesha on the mouse. I have already told you where I am telling all you these things from.
Yes.
Don't think I am telling you. Okay? Alright. Next point, let's go. Every creature, why every creature? What is unique to a creature is so important to that. For a peacock, it is its feathers. Peacock takes care of its feathers. In Tamil, there is a proverb. Maile maile na yaragapodadu. Have you heard this? Elders would tell us, maile maile na yaragapodadu. If you tell the peacock, give me your feather. Will it give the feather? The feather is a source of pride for the peacock. There is one kind of they speak of this kind. The deer is a kind of deer. It's a kind of deer, they say. Suppose its hair drops, it dies. Hair. So important for a hair. Hair should not. Then it dies. There's a kind of deer. There's another kind of deer for which its own scent is so important. It goes in search of it. For an elephant, what is so very, very important for an elephant, it's its tusk. And elephants take care of it so well. They keep it always polished. Have you ever found a dirty tusk? A tusk is always wide. A tusk is always shining. You know, elephant goes, takes bath and all those things. And afterwards what it does, it takes that and puts on its head. You know all those things. But never you will find a dirty tusk. Never. It polishes and keeps. Polishes means don't think it is taking something. The trees and something and all branches, it always polishes and keeps its tusk sharp, wide, brilliant, bright. Why are you telling this to us? Ganesha. And Vedavyasa, Mahabharata, Vedavyasa starts, Bhagavan Vedavyasa starts. Have you heard of Vedavyasa? Who's Vedavyasa? The author of Mahabharata, author of the Bhagavad Gita, in which Bhagavad Gita is in Mahabharata. The author of the 18 Puranas. See, we all celebrate Teachers' Day just went by, right? Do you know in the tradition, the traditional Teacher Day is Guru Purnima. Vyasa Purnima. Guru Purnima is a day of Bhagavan Veda Vyasa's birth. Vyasa Purnima it is. A great giant day was 18 Puranas, Mahabharata, 4 Vedas he only compiled. It's called Veda Vyasa. A giant among wise men he was. And when he wanted to write the Mahabharata, it seemed the thoughts were all coming so fast for him. And it was impossible for him to write as his thoughts are coming so fast. So I don't know what to do. And Mahabharata is such a kind of text where it is said, what is there in the Mahabharata can be found somewhere else. But what is not there, nowhere else. Meaning it is such a kind, yat iha asti, yen nihasti, what is not there, is not. Like that, it is a mass of knowledge of all. it is said that it is the fifth Veda, Panchamo Veda, like that it is kept in glory. Alright, so that Mahabharata was coming in his head, he could not write it. So it was all stuck in his head, so to say. Because lack of somebody who can. So our Ganesha, he became the first steno. Nowadays steno and all are not there. In those times stenographers were very important for speakers and all. They have something called shorthand. Have you seen shorthand?
Yes.
You are the generation. I am asking the other ones behind. Have you seen something called shorthand? You have not seen shorthand, no?
Even the hand is short.
Some shorthand. Alright. So it was all stuck there. For Ganesha was. So when this situation came that it was required somebody to write, Ganesha said, oh, he broke his tusk. And he wrote with that the entire. It's just stories. What he tells you, whatever you have, which you consider to be of great value for you, on which you have your sense of importance. It may be wealth, it may be knowledge. Each one has different. Each one has got a certain sense of self-worth and value based on something. But at the altar of greater good, it, if required, can be sacrificed. How many people have served the nation that way? We have independence today. We may be behind after that, but how many people, how many lives, how many. I remember my father used to tell me that his father, they had huge land properties, it seems. But when Subramania Shiva, those time people, his father would just sell off those properties to feed the freedom fighters. This I heard from my own father about his father. And our family was just normal. There's a nice anecdote of Bhagat Singh, I remember. Bhagat Singh. You know Bhagat Singh, at a very young age, he was put on by the British, not the gallows, very young age. So he was in the prison. And it's well known now, the British are going to put him on the gallows. The date is not fixed. Mother came to meet. Mother, weeping, seeing his son, can't even hug him, weeping. So Bhagat Singh from inside, young fellow, he says, Mother, don't weep. I don't want anyone to see people. I don't want anyone to see you weeping. And youngsters will not come to fight them. Don't weep. Mother, how she cannot weep? She broke down. Yes, my son, you are so young. What is it that you have seen to die so young? What is it you have seen? He said, Mummy, Mother, don't cry. And he replies to that question of his mother. I have seen that mother who has told me in my childhood that to die once for the country is to live 100 times, 100 years. Who is he talking of? He's talking of his own mother. And then she just stopped crying. Willed herself not to cry. At the altar of greater good. The altar of greater good. At the altar of higher good. At the altar of dharma. At the higher altar, whatever is of value is worth the sacrifice. Most dear task. And that is why he is called Ekadanta. Ekadanta. Ekadanta means one task. That should be a deformity, no? But then, Ekadantaya Vakratundaya Gauri Tanaya Dhimahi. We meditate, we worship on that one who has got only one task. It's a deformity, but it's a glory. Right? It is already time up. But I will say just one and conclude. Okay? This is very, very interesting. How do we worship God? So whenever we go to meet Ganapati, Ganesha temple and all those things, have you seen people how they worship? How they... This is called as what? Topikaranam. Do you know why it is called Topikaranam and why they do it? What is this? Nowadays I heard it is something very important, it seems. It is right, left brain alignment and all they are talking of. Have you heard that? I have heard from neurologists only, all these neurophysicians and all. You see, this is an exercise they give for patients when they have some problem with the right brain, left brain alignment. They do that. Have you seen that? Have you all done it?
Yes.
Really?
Not only for prayer. Once we do mischief for punishment also.
You see, you don't sing properly.
So do you know what is the origin of this? Topikaranam, do you know what it is? Okay, I will tell you. It seems that Bhagavan Vishnu, he went to meet Lord Shiva, Parvati. Of course, Ganesha is there, Subramanian is there, all of them are there. And he has with him the chakra, no? Called Chakrapani. So he kept a chakra and then was discussing with his friend Lord Shiva about matters of importance to the world. And this Ganesha, small fellow, came and he took chakra and put it in the mouth. But Bhagavan Vishnu got shocked. A child only. Give. You won't give. Give, won't it? You cannot force a child this way. Children are very different. I will tell your mother, I will tell your father. Nothing. He's not at all. He's not giving it back. Now what you do, adamant child? A very strong fellow. You can't pull it. It's not coming out also. Ganesha. He tried all his best. Finally he decided, I'll go and comply. Went to the mother. Mother said, he's such a sweet boy. Which mother is going to, such a sweet boy. But he said, I need money. You get from it. He said, see, is getting difficult. If he decides, then what can I say? Then she said one thing. You do one thing. You do something which makes him laugh. She gave that clue. And Lord Vishnu has got 4 hands. So with his 4 hands he did like this dying, put the 4 down, up, down, up, down. And Ganesha could not stop laughing at this melody. It just came out. He took it up and went down. Meaning, if there is a situation, you cannot solve it. Laugh. Laugh. Take it light. Think out of the box. All solutions are not by mere effort. Some solutions require different intelligence. In life, there are some situations which will demand a different out-of-the-box thinking. And that's Ganesha says, that's called Vigna Harta. Isn't it? The song is there, no? Vigna Harta. And we worship Ganesha to remove all difficulties. Meaning, be smiling. All difficulties will go away. Keep smiling. Right? Think differently. Don't be so ego inward. Look at it differently. Things will appear different. A huge truck was stuck up. Huge truck. Vehicle got stuck up. You know, sometimes you have on top there is some, what do you call that? Bridge or something. They got stuck there. The driver was no, it's not coming out. People are pushing. A small fellow. Uncle, he's trying to tell something. Everybody is now trying to get this small fellow, uncle. What do you want? What? So, uncle, I want to give one. What? I can take the air off. Air. Yes, sort it out. Think differently. Because we have intelligence, but we are always used to think in a certain way. A pattern has come about, and then we have become stuck up. Think differently. Smile at life. Take it light. Relax. All is well. Sleep over it. सब ठीक हो जाएगा. That is the secret for removing all obstacles. That is, and that is why it's called Topikaranam. I'll tell you why it is called Topikaranam. The actual word is Dorbihi Karanam. Karanam means ear. Karanam is ear. Dorbihi means with your arms. Dorbihi. Anybody knows Sanskrit here? Doors become the Dorbihi, the plural. So with your Dorbihi, that means Lord Vishnu with his arms. Quite 4, na? Plural. Dorbihi Karanam. So with the arms touching the ears, with the hands touching the ears. Dorbihi Karanam became Topi Karanam. Now nobody knows what is this Topi Karanam. Actually it's Dorbihi Karanam, which has become Topi Karanam. Topu Karanam also sometimes it's called Topu Karanam. Topu Karanam You do mistake, throw it in water.
We both have done plenty.
That is to say, think out of the box. And that is how all obstacles are destroyed. I told you where all these things are from. Right. The great sage, Paramacharya, he writes up many of these, all of these things, so to say, within Quran. And the wisdom of the tradition what he is brought out. Right? We are all blessed recipients of this great wisdom. Let us ensure that we study also. Suppose you say, my Tamil is not good. I can't study the within Quran. My Tamil is not good. I am okay, but I can't read Tamil. I can understand. There are some limitations there. And then Advayananda Quran has also been brought out as a book called Hindu Culture. It doesn't contain everything, but quite a little voluminous book, Bharati Bhavan, brought out. But the Tamil what he has written, is like பேசுற மாதிரி இருக்கும், நமக்குள்ளேயே பேசுற மாதிரி இருக்கும், அப்படியே இருக்கும். தமிழ் அப்படி ஒரு இனிமை இருக்கு அதில். தமிழ் தெரிஞ்சவங்க தமிழ்லேயே படிங்க, தமிழ் தெரியாதவங்க அட்லீஸ்ட் டேக் தட் ஹிந்து கல்ச்சர். Bharati Bhavan has brought out Bhavan's publication. It's a blue book, this much fat. The Tamil has got many volumes. I remember 7 volumes, I think. 7 volumes. So, we conclude. I invoke the grace and blessings for the inner voice series. Yeah. And during this period of Ganesh Utsava, remember Lord Ganesha also. Remember the great sage of Kanchi, the Paramacharya. And also reflect on these ancient noble thoughts of our tradition. Suresh and all of you gave me an opportunity for which I feel very, very grateful. And it has been a delightful evening to be with all of you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Swami.
And wish you all the best always. And I know many of you are trying singing, learning. And I'm very, very happy to be. Maybe sometime we can take for any questions. Suresh, how much time you have got?
5-7 minutes we can take questions if you like.
Any questions are there? Please.
5-7 minutes, you need not be questions, you can say something that you have come across, what Swami said, and maybe you can respond to that.
Swamiji, so when we go to the Ganesh temple and when we do this Topukana, is it that Ganesha is pleased when we do that?
Yes, you can say like that. Ganesha is pleased to see your pleased with you, making him try to smile and laugh.
Okay.
Basically what it means is that develop a different thinking, have an out of the box thinking, don't typically try to do the usual way, and keep smiling and laughing and make Ganesha laugh. I think no other god, no other deity, we have this wish to make that deity laugh.
Swamiji, just remembering, that is Ramesh, my brother. Remembering, he was more mischievous than me, I was also mischievous. So our uncles used to punish us for doing mischief. So he was very notorious. He will do that and then go back and do the same thing.
Then your uncle has to find out of the box.
Anybody?
Did you all follow? The younger group behind, did you all follow?
Swamiji, they are all students of the course that we are doing here for Indian knowledge. Those young boys, couple of girls.
Okay. Can you please raise your hand? Let me see. For all there. Very good. So today what you heard is Indian knowledge systems. What you are hearing. Okay. There's a vast literature. Okay. And at some point of time, you have to study those ancient literature. For example, the Bhagavad Gita. See, what I am telling you is just a little bit here and there I have told you. But there's a vast ocean of knowledge there for us to explore. And if you are interested, you should do that. Just for sharing, I can tell you, every Sunday we are now starting the Bhagavad Gita classes in the ashram for general public. Every Sunday, Sandipini Sanale, and I will be taking those sessions. We start I think Suresh, you also did the Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yes.
Bhagavad Gita. So every Sunday, 10:30 to 11:30. 10:30 to 11:30 at Sandipini Sanale, Bhagavad Gita. Just now I am completing Atma Bodha, another 2 sessions. That is the foundation. And then we enter into the Bhagavad Gita. Like that. And if you are interested, you are most welcome. Even if you can't join, let's say, on site, online also is available. I will ask Suresh, I will give the information to Suresh, he can share with all of you also. Okay. But please keep exploring. And there's plenty of wisdom for life.
For the record.
If no question is there, shall I conclude? Okay, do Purnamada?
Yes.
Or you want to do Purnamada at the end?
Whatever you say, as you say.
Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. As I conclude, I also invoke the grace and blessings of the Paramacharya to guide us, to be with us, to help us break our own shells and to see the vast expanse of the wisdom of our knowledge traditions, and also seek the grace and blessings of Lord Ganesha during these auspicious days to guide, to bless, to grace, and to help us reach Him, He who is but our inner self. Thank you. Hari Om.
Thanks to all of you, first and foremost, for coming today. Sorry. This is so powerful. Thanks to all of you for coming in today, and those of you who have stayed back, really happy that you did. When the registration form was getting completed, and I was telling Shanti ma'am that we will be crossing our requirement. In fact, 4 days ago or 3 days ago, we withdrew the form. But I realized that Ganesha is far more powerful than what our sankalpa is. Because many people have not come, probably because Ganesha Chaturthi traffic, many people have not turned up. But those of you who have come, I am sure that you've been enriched by whatever wisdom Swamiji shared from the experiences. And so really thankful to all of you first, because without you, this won't be possible. Thanks to Shanti ma'am and SIS College, Shruti, Swati, and the students who have come here, and to all of you once again for being here and making this inaugural lecture of Inner Voice really so blessed, so important. Swamiji, I reserved this for the last. Without you, this wouldn't have been possible. I hope that this initiative that we have started today, we should be able to do it biannually. We will be having different topics for discussion where it can be benefit people, and as you have blessed it, many more. Mahadevanji came here to this college when we had a conference in February. Mahadevanji came here, Varkiriji came online. So like this, I hope that we will be in a position to share knowledge from a lot of experts in this field
and benefit everybody. Thank you very much. And once again, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Swamiji. On behalf of the SIS College of Commerce and Economics, the Department of Commerce, which is 100% here today, I will fail if I don't tell you that we are eternally grateful to Shri Suresh ji for bringing up this collaboration where we have been seeing ourselves getting better and better by the day. The kind of the divinity that we saw today, the kind of, exploration in terms of understanding Ganesh the true way, I think would just not have been possible without you, Swamiji. We are greatly indebted for having you here, and I think it's only because of you that we have great stalwarts from the Indian knowledge system coming and propagating their views and ideas here. Thank you so much. And thank you, Team Commerce, for always being with me in every single endeavor. Thank you to the audience who have been so supportive in every single way, so patiently listening. And finally, the young, charming faces that I see right behind there. So proud of you that you came here and probably are taking back tons of wisdom from Swamiji and Suresh. Thank you so much.
The refreshments are lined up outside. Kindly enjoy that also. For memories. So many good photos.